Namaskar and welcome again to Planet To Soul Astrology. So friends, hope you all are doing good. And yes, today we are going to talk about Pushkar Navmansh. It was a long awaited topic to discuss, but it is very critical also to discuss. It is difficult also, as well as it is very easy to discuss. Today I will just discuss some glimpses of Pushkar Navmansha. Pushkar Navmansha basically, as the title is itself is dedicating towards the Navmansha. So Pushkar Navmansha has to be assessed from your Navmansha chart. That is for sure that you have to understand first. Pushkar means too much, plenty of, ample of. Or in other words, Pushkar is one of the city's name also where all type of tarpan are given to our ancestors. So we can say that Pushkar Navmansha, any planet it is going, is connected to your past life deeds. Whatever planet is going in your Pushkar Navmansha, you have some connectivity of past life karma connected to that planet. Moreover, we can say that benefic planets, if are going in Pushkar Navmansha, definitely this is going to give you good fruits as compared to malefic planet. It is not that malefic planet will not give you good fruits, but benefic planets will definitely give you more fruits. You will say that in my chart there is so many planets that are going in Pushkar Navamsha, but still I am not able to enjoy any type of good fruits. So let that Mahadasha, Antardasha or transit or that particular degrees let tackle with that particular transit, then only you are experiencing the better fruits of Pushkar Navmansha. Basically, Pushkar, as I said, is a plenty or too much or ample of things you are getting in your life for overall well-being of yours, holistic well-being as well as physical well-being and your uh, whatever life cycle as a human being you are living, all spectrum, all areas of your life, you are bound to enjoy in your life whenever the dasha of this Pushkar planet comes. In other terms, the Pushkar Navamsha planet in your chart is playing crucial role, or we can say that that planet related characteristic or activity becomes necessity of your life in getting better and best fruits. So basically, there are, that all Naumansha, each Rashi is having particular Naumansha in Naumansha chart as per their degrees, right? And there is a total 108 padas. Out of this, total 24 Navamshas are selected, right? And this each Rashi is given two Pushkar Navmanshas. It is pre-decided. You have to read it properly. You have to understand it. You have to make a research. You have to make your own understanding by keeping the base as our ancestors, our Rishi Munis has given us, our sages have given us. You just have to keep that base and then you have to research it. So here I will share one screen with you to make you better understand the things. Now, first we will divide all zodiac signs into four elements. As you know, that is a fiery element or earth element, air element, and water element. So, fire element planets are 159. Everybody is aware about it. If you have any of your planet in 159 zodiac, and if in your Naumansha chart they are going in Libra or Sagittarius sign, then you can say that my this particular planet is of Pushkar Navamsha. In this chart, we can see that Saturn and Venus are posited in Aries sign, no planet in Leo or no planet in Sagittarius. Now we will see whether the Saturn or Venus, which are posited in Aries sign, whether they are going in Libra or Sagittarius here. So no planet in Libra, no planet of uh, Agni Tattva is in Sagittarius. So it is confirmed that this Saturn and Venus are not in Pushkar Navmansha for this particular native. So this is our karmic bounded planets which this person has to struggle a lot to get in this life. Simple logic or simple thing you can understand. Now, how this 7 number or 9 number is decided? It is decided as per the degrees. Okay. So when this particular planet will go in Libra sign, if this particular Saturn or Venus would have been in 20 to 23.20 degrees in this chart, then it was bound to go in Libra sign. Or if these planets would have been of 2640 to 30 degrees, then it was bound to go in the Sagittarius sign. But the Saturn is of 1 degree, this Venus is of 3.21 degrees. So they are not going. Second element is of earth element. So earth element is Taurus, Virgo and Capricorn, where first Navamsha starts from Capricorn. So in this chart, we can see that Taurus is not having any planet, Virgo is having Ketu and Jupiter, whereas Capricorn is not having any planet. Now, what is the rule for earth element Pushkar Navamsha? If you have any planet in earth element, that is 2, 6, 10, and if in your Navamsha chart, these planets are going in Taurus sign or Pisces sign, then you can say that this planet is of Pushkar Navamsha. Now we can see that this person is having Jupiter and Ketu in Kanya Rashi, that is Virgo sign. And in Navamsha, we will see that whether this Jupiter or Ketu are going in Taurus or Pisces. So yes, we can see that Jupiter and Ketu both are going in Pisces sign. That means these persons, Jupiter and Ketu are of Pushkar Navamsha. So Jupiter and Ketu are holding a best position in leading a financial life as well as spiritual life for this native. Why I said financial? Because it is of Earth Trikon. Earth Trikon are finance houses of our chart. So this Jupiter will help this native, this Ketu will help this native to enhance the financial status of life as being in Pushkar Navamsha. Whenever the transit Jupiter will pass through Virgo sign, Taurus sign, or Capricorn sign, or Pisces sign, then definitely we can say that this transit of Jupiter or Ketu will be beneficial to this native. And many other fruits we will see. Some other time we will definitely discuss one by one. This is just a rough idea I am giving you about Pushkar Navamsha. Now we will come to third element, which is airy element. That is 3, 7 and 11. This is Gemini sign, this is Libra sign, and this is Aquarius sign, right? So if you have any planet in this, any of this Rashi, and if in Navamsha, planets are going in Taurus sign or Meena Rashi, that is Pisces sign, then we can say that yes, your planet are of Pushkar Navamsha. Now, whether this person is having 3, 7, 11 planet, yes. Moon and Mercury are posited in 11 Aquarius sign. Now we will see whether Moon or Mercury are going in Taurus or Pisces in Navamsha chart. So we can see that Mercury, no, Mercury is going in Aquarius. So it is Vargottam, but it is not going in Pushkar Navamsha. Moon is going, yes. Moon is going in Pisces sign as per our criteria, as per the rules given. So we can say that for this native, Moon is becoming Pushkar Navamsha. So Moon is really holding a crucial value for this native, and Moon being a 4 number sign which is falling in 6th house of this native. So this is a prarabdha. So this life, the prarabdha of this native is connected to Jupiter, Ketu, as being in Jupiter's sign. This is just in short. Now, when it will go in Pisces or Taurus sign, when the planet will be from 1640 degree to 20 or 2320 to 2640 degrees, then only they will achieve the step for being in Pisces sign. Now you can see that this moon is of 17 degree 50 minutes. What is our criteria? If planet is of 16 degree 40 minutes to 20 degrees, so definitely it is between that criteria. That is why it is getting position. This is a karmic connection. This is a past life connection. This person was very much connected to Moon, Jupiter, and Ketu. See, you can see all these three planets for this native are going in Pushkar Navamsha and holding a special position in ascendant only. So this person will be having all the qualities, characteristic, work profile, style of living, standard of living, characteristic, everything connected to Jupiter, Moon, and Ketu. Then we have to see Nakshatra Lord, where it is sitting. So many other things, Ashtak Varga. See, all the things. This is just a rough idea. Now, lastly, Jala Tattva, that is water element. Water element are Cancer, okay, Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. So, if any of planet in your chart positive in 4, 8, or 12 sign in D1 chart, and in Navmansha chart, if they are going in Cancer or Virgo, then you can say that yes, this planet is of Pushkar Navmansh. Now, this native is not having any planet is Cancer sign in D1. Mars, yes, definitely in Scorpio sign in Jalatattva. Yes, Sun and Rahu are also in Pisces sign. Now in Navamsha, whether Sun, Rahu or Mars are going in Cancer or Virgo sign, we will check. So yes, Sun is posited in Cancer sign. That means this native's Sun is of Pushkar Navmansha. Cancer sign is the first Navmansha for Jalatattva watery element, because 0 to 320 degree and this native is having Surya of 249 degree. That means Sun for this native is of Pushkar Navmansha. Whether Mars is going in Cancer or Virgo sign, so no. Mars is again going in own sign, that is Mars is becoming Vargottam, but Mars is not at all becoming in a Pushkar Navmansha. So we can say that Sun is also connected to past life in this native Navmansha chart, and this Surya, whatever characteristic of Sun, that is post, position, government, father, or any type of spiritual activity, creative activity, because it is posited in 5th house of chart. So this planet, whenever Dasha Antardasha will fall, this will give good fruits to this native. So friends, this was just a rough idea about Pushkar Navmansha. In my next video, maybe I will discuss something else, or you just suggest me what you want to listen more about Pushkar Navmansha. So I will make a series of it, maybe more 3 videos or 2 videos I will make on it. Let me know, just give me an idea what you would like to see and listen. So by that time, stay tuned with Planet to Soul Astrology. And as I always say, Sabka Mangal Ho. May all be blessed. Namaste.